Say that I don't wanna live no more. That's the only way. I need your side. Gotta kick and scream and shout. Leave my shit on your doorstep.
So I need y'all to make some noise on 1, 2, 3.
Okay, bougie VIP. You see, that's why you way back there. You feel me? Because you bougie. I need you to make some noise when we say make some noise. Are you ready?
Can we get a word? 1, 2, 3.
Word!
We represent down here. That's all I want to say.
Have to pay VIP to say it loud. They trying to figure it out. How are they sitting up here and we VIP?
Hey, look. Hey, look.
That is not VIP-ish. You want the skybox? You got the skybox. My fault. Okay, let's get the show started. My fault. I'm starting too early. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Oh, if y'all didn't notice, I walked to the stage with this glass bottle of CBD infused mango lemonade. Hempress Farms is up there in the corner. This is by far my favorite drink I've had over the last 2 weeks. You just can't drink the whole bottle because you will be asleep.
No. So if you don't see me for the rest of the show,
trust me, I've been stuck on stupid. Don't drink the whole bottle. But without further ado, we are getting ready for our first performer. I need y'all to make a whole bunch of noise.
This first piece that I'm going to do is entitled Trapping Freedom. The revelation shall not be hell advised. When seen through demon eyes, it's demonized, withheld, disguised, and I hope you seem surprised. If not, well, let's weigh in. If you don't have scales as eyes, it would seem like you would intervene and ride. Ride? What, you need a ride? Well, we can carpool, tunnel vision on, but when it comes to risks and getting hands-on, most get their carpool tunnel vision on. They're blind to the facts, can't get a grip on the truth. But if you refuse to reach destination of this predestination, don't continue to trip on the youth. I mean, they're just a result of what happens when women get wrapped in illusions and become zombies, making mummies out of mommies and making doubters out of daughters. And when fathers become further away, their boys become thuggernauts, son of a guns who hate their daddies but love the pops. And it seems like the church is done raising the prophets if it shuns raising the prophets. See, money talks there more than God nowadays. It's God awful when you long to hear of God's offering, but offering's the only time they have fun raising the topics. Now, let's use logic. If your options were to rob, grab, squeeze the nine, or trap to see the fabric be designer, doing work, pills, cracks, and weeds, you grind or move the work like a moving American factories to China. You would search for a fisher of men with tact to lead piranhas, because this school of hard knock fishing for blood money has nobody to fend for them, and the underworld bleeds a Donna. We can't let how they work like redefine us. We gotta work to let spiritual and mental delivery redefine us. See, this is freedom fighting. Every piece I'm writing, it's peace I'm writing. The ancestors in Jesus Christ have taken to me a liking because they see we alike in a lot of ways. Christ hung from a cross, our ancestors hung from trees, and I've hung on to my grandpapa's words about keeping my last name in its proper places. Different types of woods, but being that I see how they all run parallel, it was imperative that I pair with tips, kicks, hat, and snare to give this narrative. Ironically, I speak freedom to the trap. Not just to it, but in it while I'm on it. See, they trapped our people on the good ship Jesus. They trapped our minds to only see Christ in Europe and not Egypt. They trapped our communities with Reaganomics in the 80s. They trapped the music with 808 sounds and dope rhythmic patterns, but they failed to trap one thing: the soul. Poetry.
my demons alone or make me hurt by myself. I'm on my own now. Yes, it was love, but we've given up. I must have missed something. I'm gonna find out. Whoa,
All right, 2020, a year of revelation. They said 2020 vision, a year of clarity, but 2020 was the year that we, black people, were reminded again of the ongoing disparity. The black experience in America could easily be assumed an American parody. No way this shit is real. No way a country could truly honor killers and shame the names of those that were killed. 2020, a heat wave. Red summer in a new age, mobbing in these streets for justice, but this year it's with a new rage. Cause every single day it seems we're yelling out a new name. Sick of seeing the same scene, this murder compilation is overdue for a new frame. 2020 was the year that we got real clear on how this country really feels. The pandemic disrupted life as we knew it, placed this country in a position exposing the many wounds it's yet to heal. The irony of it. This must be a big joke, an extended screening of an SNL reel. And for many black Americans, 2020 was just that. A year where this country, the lack of our intentional, made it real clear where we stand. Real clear the way that this country views us, white superiority lens in hand. The notion that racism is no longer a prevalent issue for us, that we were no longer being held down by the man, went right out the window when the whole world witnessed George Floyd being literally held down by the epitome of the motherfucking man. Antagonizing, patronizing, dehumanizing at the least. You might no longer see the fruit, but you can't ignore that blood on them leaves. I mean on those sheets, my fault, I meant streets. But this heat wave ain't letting up, and I swear it's been playing for keeps. Sold souls again and again, but aside from death, what have we reaped? 2020 proved that as a people we are bigger than defeat. Yet here we are in 2021, and it's already looking like a repeat. Like they still ain't learned their lesson. Unarmed and unthreatening, but we're still the ones they're pressing. They shoot up clubs, stores, and churches, and in turn they get arrested. They get their day at court and have their Proud Boy character attested. While the life no longer being lived is broken down and dissected, their justice rejected again and again. 2020 reminded black people that here, justice is often not meant for us, nor will there be peace in the end. That this country has been a mere reflection of hypocrisy, founded on the principality of being free, but I guess that just meant free for them to enslave black people for centuries. No biggie, since to them we were only considered property. How silly of us to think that by them we'd ever really be viewed equally. Not when there was once a time, 2 to 3 generations back, when they'd have appraised every single part of me, like how much is my body worth? What's the price of my fertility? Put me on an auction block and let them people bid on me. How could all of that inhumanity and hatred ever equal peace for me, for he, for she, for we, for any of us? Yet somehow there's still confusion about our distrust. Some question our mixed emotions like slavery was long ago, move on, let that past go. Or slavery was before you or even your parents were born, as if it's not plain to see that all it did was shape-shift into a different form. Birth of a nation. Birth of a nation was an implantation of hatred. So afraid that we'd really truly birth this nation that they began to plague black people with mass incarceration. I mean, just look at this country's law enforcement. We've been steady trying to fix something that's not even broken. Take a step back and refocus. It looks exactly how their constitutional law enforcement was meant, to protect and serve, just not you if you're black, and that's not my opinion, it's a historic recap. But 2020 showed what happens when black people get more creative power. Love crafting an image to us of what those before us in this country went through. Like a flashback, make you feel it, reminder, but for who? Had we actually forgotten the truth, caught up in what we see now, forgetting how deep this hurt roots? Shows and movies showing more than enough to start up moving us, make us feel something else, an anger that we may have never realized in us. Sometimes you gotta see it to believe it, to know if you've really been fighting for it or against it. Like a magic 8-ball, 2020 revealed an ally in some. Some chose to open their eyes, some decided to brandish their guns. Some marched for change, and some cried out the names of all those slain. So many cities dealing with the same pain, trying to figure out how to move forward in the best possible way. But putting an end to racism is much harder than it ever is to say, because ingrained actions are damn near impossible to erase. So what's our fate 2020, now 2021? We've made a few steps forward, but what can really be done? I'm asking all of y'all, I won't pretend to have the answers. But I do know that 2021 can start by applying some real pressure. Hand out some guilty verdicts to those who think that they're bigger than the lesson, who think that they sit above the law. Show that just as quickly as they're propped up, they can surely fall. Show them that they're not all beyond reach. Maybe those prison bars will help them understand the significance of being free. Help them see that all they ever really had to do was give us justice and peace.
My life back. Give me, oh, oh. I wanna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just to take the pain away. 'Cause right now I'm insane. What I gotta hope for if life
Say word. Without further ado,
Who we bring?
hey, look, you look that way. Ain't nobody over
You
there.
see me? I was like, who we bring? I thought we was on stage. Where they come from? This
Look,
way?
he about to walk all the way down the
They
middle.
coming out the
walk
water?
down hill.
We coming down the
He gonna
hill?
be out of breath.
Wait, let me
I ain't
see
gonna say
him.
that. I ain't gonna say
We
that.
gonna stay up here until you get down here. Let me tell you something. That hill is serious. If you gotta use the bathroom, just wait till the show was over. If you down here. Cause I was going up there like, look, LB, I'm going home, bro. I'm not gonna do this.
He
Like,
said he wasn't coming back. Hey,
said,
look,
what is this, a hill?
I've been up and down this hill all day. Y'all see, that's why I have my legs out. I figured my muscles might get
yeah,
showing
we
a
got
little
the legs out. He got the shots. Those ain't shorts. Those are shots. Ain't no R in them shorts. They shots. They like this. Them shots like this. He like this. He like this with them shots.
Yeah, up here.
He got-
up here, way up
He
there.
playing
Yeah,
golf
yeah,
tonight with them
up there.
shots.
Way up there. Hey, if they knew what I came from, they would appreciate these shots.
Hey. They don't
Let's
understand.
take it there.
We
But
here now.
that's another word. It's another word. We in here with little shorts on and no socks.
No socks.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Yeah,
gotta be
that's
like,
how I
ah,
feel.
Maria. Let me stop.
I cannot.
He like, what do you need? You need something? When you got on shoes like that with no socks, you turn like that. You know what I mean? What you need? What you need? You be out of nowhere like, what you need? What you need? Jew, okay? Jew? I ain't got no socks on too, but I put some baby oil on these balls. You hear me? I'm gonna be sliding all day in these. I had on some Steelies when I came down here.
Down that hill with no socks on.
You hear me with this
Your
baby?
toes be crunched at the
And
top of them.
With this baby oil on?
Stop. We got another headliner for y'all.
Shout out to the R Count too.
Look, again.
I want to make sure they still
On
know we
time.
still here and they still paying these checks. Okay, I'm sorry.
I hate you.
I'm gonna just sit down over here in the corner.
In the corner.
PPP loans. Hey, if you can still get a PPP, let me know. You're right. Go ahead with the show.
Mr. Petty.
Look at them shoes one more time, y'all. He got down.
I'm sitting back here behind the drummer. Look.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, he don't need that. Bro. Heard the song. Everybody good? Yeah.
Good. I like to take advantage of opportunity. Okay. So, I performed with my mother before at the Hayti. She played the piano. But my grandmother, who's 93. I never performed with my grandmother before.
Oh, heard some.
I'm gonna do it now. She ain't know. I just brought her up here. She ain't even know. So I'm gonna kick something while she kicks something, all right? Something nice and smooth, Mimi. Something nice and smooth. Let's get nice and smooth with her. Huh? That's my Mimi right there. I like that. That's They say when a tree falls in the forest, it really doesn't make a sound. It makes a song. Similar to wind exiting a woodwind instrument, whistling with oaky tones. Timber cracking like drumstick on beat. Tree limbs plucking at heartstrings. Leaves shaking like 1,000 tambourines. Long branches inching towards the ground, the way fingers approach piano, until cymbals crash in crescendo, and then silence. The calm before the song. She hums, harmonizing a tantalizing tune so catchy that the owl asks who? She is home on the range, staccato to alto, a vocalist to songbirds. Wolves by moonlight sing background, a melody for the melancholy, Johnny Appleseed turns over in his grave every time we chop a tree. And when the last of them has fallen, and we can no longer see the forest for them, her song will forever cease. Thank you.
I had to find permission to hear. Crazy, I know. Grinding for my dreams, that's a thrill, disease creeping up slow. Yeah. You can't treat the wrong disease the wrong way. So I praying every day for a month straight, I treated it till it went away. Emotional hemorrhage, had no clue on where to start the triage. Side effects damaging my soul, I had to seek God. I had to learn how to admit my limit to myself and others. Still working on revenge cause I'll die for my brother. So I asked God to quiet their voice but his. And those relationships I messed up, please help me. 72 hours with no sleep. Lost 4 folks in 4 weeks, become numb to pain. I think I reached my peak. See, death comes in many forms, including physical and mental. How both have played part of my life is not coincidental. Advancement is not always stagnation, but removal. When it comes to my money and my peace, I'm frugal. So I had to get rid of some folk, grown men who real messy. Been waiting on me to slip, and I did, and 2 more blessings. He blind, and I asked that nigga to proofread my vision. Except it's never been a top priority. I don't need your permission. Stop trying to include everybody. Sometimes that blessing was just for you. Everybody can't go and have to face that truth. The thrill of right now means nothing. I want safety and longevity. Protector, provider, a great man. I'm prepared to be everybody 3 pieces of Africa real soon. Can I get a word? Can I get a word?
Yes, sir.
Nothing new under the sun, they say. The Most High lives through everyone here. You see it's for every day.
For being in the building, man. Got mom and dad in the building. They are the 2 couples that are still matching, as always. They always match. Absolutely, man, absolutely. So I brought that up because, you know, shout out to moms. Moms always told me when I was growing up, she was like, you need to speak your mind because you got something to say. Like growing up, I was always repressed, like not for any reason. Like it was always hard for me to speak my voice, for me to, you know, if something bothered me or if I wanted something, I always struggled with that. So once I found that I could manipulate words like this through poetry or through rap, it saved my life, you know, because when you keep things inside of you, it can fester, it can hurt you internally. So, you know, but now I found this words actually saved my life. So I created this piece that is a tribute to words, you know. So we're going in alphabetical order, right?
Let's go.
So I'm going to take y'all, we're going to start from A. If y'all get lost, I'm going to meet you at Z, okay?
If y'all get lost, you go, bro.
Do I need to use the mic?
No.
I don't need the mic, right?
No. Heard something. What the words, man?
Can everybody hear me? Yeah. All right, let's get to it. I'm the African American assassin. Airborne and apparently attacking with the aftermath of avalanches. Burmsbury below the blizzard, bombarded by bombs bigger than Britain. Burst bubbles, burn bridges, bringing over bums and punk. You bonded by the sun, I'm barely blinking. Won't budge for barking, but if you bite, then bring it. Blissful ignorance of what's biblical. The content is critical. The chronic is clinical. The commenting critics do compares to the crying that kittens do. You can't cast aside class for a crush, but you can cop a handbag if she come through in the clutch. How cool could you be if your cash could combust? Could a car catching fire cause a man to turn to dust, disrupt? They disgusted by the dirt that I dare to discuss. Elevate your etiquette. My story is your entertainment. Every year episode, you don't know where the ending is. You trapped like an egg, thrown off of Mount Everest. And every time I see an example, it is evident. I'm fly, but I'm featherless. You lighter than a feather is. My family has a feud with the federales. And like a disc in 2006, you mad floppy. Fathers feeling like fidelity is fatal. Fake to your females, but to your friends, you faithful. I'd probably stick to F if I had to grade you. See, they hate. He who thinks that he can see me, he hallucinates. He can hardly hear his hearing aid. I see that it's time to invade the industry. Isn't it interesting how intelligence is infamous? But this here, this is infinite. When I see them, I don't see man. Their whole crew is impotent. there just is no justice. If Jake try to jack my junior, I'ma jump in. I just jabbed a joke thinking he could jack my jail. Wanna be in Jamaica, the judge want me in jail. You must be kidding like Keenan and Kel, claiming to be the kid. Behave me like the Ku Klux Klan trying to kidnap the kid. I'm like, leave, can I live? I'm chapstick to loose lips, lacing up my loafers, tying loose ends, low lids, listening to Eminem, eating M&Ms, monopolize business, minimize the middleman. Man, give me a minute. A war against plants? That's a nation under Nixon. It was snipped in the bud. I smoked the bud that it got nipped in. Low nights are non-existent. An opponent is not an option, is it? Is it possible I aim to please and miss on purpose? End up in prison trying to please every person. You can't trust every person because people quick to place hands where the pocket in the purse is. Oh man, please, you lost boy like Peter Pan. I possibly go peanuts. Eat these punks like pecans. Quick to make them quiver. You question my quotes. I start rapping like the RZA. I'm really not running from Jack the Ripper. I'm the one who jacks the Ripper. I'm ruthless and ready for your rudeness. If you don't measure up to be the ruler, then you running anything is really just a rumor. Some choose to be simple, some choose to be super, but it's sad subjecting yourself to sucker shit for settlement. Stay strong. You'll get stuck and stumble if you stall. I got a success story for every inch I stand, and that's tall. Topping the tip, 3 O's in a row like tic-tac-toe. She wanna be in on my umbrella, but I've only got uno. I'm very sure she's just another vixen that's trying to make a video go viral. My vision is value, that's something to vibe to. So when and wherever we win, the right to see the world and a woman to come with. Yeah. Reality checks, I signed by the X. Forget what your ex say. See through him like an X-ray. A youngin' yelling yippee-ki-yay on a yacht, sipping yak flyer than I was yesterday. I unzipped the zip lock, put the O's in a zigzag to Zion we go. Change my zip code. And when it's time to talk numbers, I skip over the zeros. You see me, I'm a dreamer. That means I see Z, 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 Z. Okay.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? He's going up there like, hey, I want like he's gonna come back like, hey, how y'all doing? All right. Word. Something about this pouch.
Y'all make some noise for Mr. Petty one time.
To God, I do this for real. I do this for you. Y'all could book me for your church event, your maternity events.
Maternity.
I don't care what it is. I will be there if the money is good. You gotta leave a deposit.
Ladies, we all kind of want similar to the same type, right? Y'all know y'all want a faithful man. I want a faithful man. Yes, I want a man who's gonna be my rider. Right? Y'all hear it? I can't hear y'all. That's right. That's my type, right? That's right. That's what I want to hear. That's my type. That's what I'm talking about, energy. I want a guy who's going to roll with me. That's right. There you go. I want a guy who's not going to get up and leave. Like, just get up and leave. You know what I mean? To get up and leave? Yeah, but I want a guy who in the middle of the night is not going to get up and leave. That's right. That's right. I don't need to know if I'm Brandy or Monica. You see what I'm saying? That's my type. Y'all feel me? I need a guy who's dependable in the finances. Every month. Faithful. Where he at, right? I need a guy who's gonna mind a little push every now and again. Where he at, a little inspiration, depend on you. Not gonna take your car when you at work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about picking you up on time. It's a lot. That's a lot. This is the time we start the show. We can't ask God for too much. God ain't even on the budget now. So that's y'all type too, right? Yeah, right. So I'm not the only one who want to be in a wheelchair. Exactly. I know, so I'm the only one now. Look at y'all. Y'all traitors. Who was here at one point? Okay. I see how y'all are. Well, let me introduce myself officially. My name is Aisha. You can find me on Aisha Chronicles. That's why the name is there. We go on Facebook, etc. However, a little bit about me. I am something like a cougar, but I don't like that name. I'm in my 40s. I don't like the word cougar though. I feel like I'm a little too cute to be a cougar. Right. Right. I'm something like a thundercat. Oh! Y'all better put your symbols up, let the world know. Oh, yeah, I am at home. Yes, I love it. Y'all, I used to be married. I was married for 14 years, man.
14, right, y'all feel that? Y'all feel the energy just dropped, like. It's like, Jesus, she went through slavery. Yeah, I used to be married for 14 years, and I went from that to being, I was married, I was a Christian, I was like a Baptist Christian. There's a difference between being a Christian and a Baptist Christian. Some of y'all still feeling it right now. Some of y'all lied to your family. Some of y'all at Bible study tonight, ain't you? I am just like, it's okay, secret safe with me, I got some communion in the back. Got you, okay? Yeah, so I went through that, but I was a freehold now. Yes, so I'm a little divorcee, and I'm spiritual at the same time. So you know what I'm saying? I know exactly what I want, kinda. I know exactly who to pray for, I think. You know where I'm going, right? Yeah. I hope so. So what it is I'm here to tell y'all about my dating life. My dating life, man, listen, you jump back into dating life at the age of Thundercat. Please know there are no He-Mans out there. None of them. Ain't nothing out there but them Sheros that was out there. And matter of fact, let me address that real quick. I know there's got to be 3 of y'all in here, grandparents, and sit there and march for equal rights and stuff, and I'm not okay with that. Okay? I was okay not knowing if I was Barbara Shirley, but your mom and them out there marching shit. They weren't my people. They was in the house. So whichever one of y'all mamas, great grandmamas sit there and fought for equal rights, meet me behind the school bus at 3 o'clock. We got some. I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with equal rights stuff. I'm not. I wanted to be at home doing grown people stuff, waiting for my man to come home, pay all the bills so I can fix him a collard green sandwich. I messed that up. I wanted to be free and shit, because y'all want to do what everybody else do. I'm not okay with that. Yeah, you either? I'm gonna be a great stay-at-home cougar one day. I can't wait. I've been looking for some cubs. Matter of fact, where the cubs at? One more time. Take the mask down. Okay, take your glasses off. Swing to the left. Slide to the right. Call me. Everybody clap your hands.
Tensions on the rise, I see. Broken people trying to make a living. Acting like the world ain't in for me. Hey, listen, cover your face. Cover your face. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you. Give me my space.
Hi, my name is LB. I'm an addict. Accurately demonstrating discipline, inciting cultural transformation. Addict. Something's not working. They don't train us to make it. Dreams of getting famous, but really no shots taken. I enjoy being able to vacate to a mind that's vacant. Assigned to a specific mission like an agent. Attentiveness delivers deliberate illustration, cultivating tranquility. Addict. It means nothing for you to say that you care about someone if you're not willing to apply the action behind the words. Is it God or her people in which we serve? Is karma simply a word for this is what you deserve? Ask, demand, dive into creation, trust intention, overcome negativity, addiction, self-infliction, mental division, life or death decision, submission, the mission within the mission, position, repositioning, teaching how to write correct sentences instead of teaching what not to say when you're ready for sentencing. I've learned to appreciate the process, especially when she adds some lymph to it. Watch me sprinkle this black magic over my culture and add some strength to it, like you're a dime short of $1. Let me add sense to it. They love it when we dumb it down, so what do? Add sense to it. It's my addiction. Poetry.
All you gotta do is repeat after me, right? Here you go. Say, cover your face. Cover your face. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you. Give me my space. Give me my space. You better be cool. You better be cool. We need grace. And some mercy too. I'ma go pray.
Token was the token way to burn, but see, these hustlers switch techniques on their customers, and that's where the tables turn. I was too young a man to understand, but the idea age to learn. So to whom it may concern, today I'll speak on the addiction that started with a needle. Well, I feel the need to let you know it began with me waiting for my pop to leave. See, I knew where he would stash it. He too was an addict. And with me being poppy seed, it was inherited.
Boss.
Pookie like, it would be calling me and I would hear it at high frequencies, loud. The family tree planted in me an urge that I couldn't purge. And Pop, I apologize for why I carried your life and nerve. You never thought your kin would fit the stereotype. Absurd, but please do not disturb. Endless quotes and notes coming out dope like leaking syringes. For hours, I would be nodding, deep into binges. Senseless like, is this my life from here on out? I didn't see this coming. So I took it all in and then I got sick from it. So now I feel like I'm a junkie of all types and sorts. Feels like I'm riding a white horse, but this jockey got an itch to scratch now. More habits will intervene the deeper I got in the vein. I'm starting to produce tracks now, and with the paper I pen joints. Woo! Oh, it's a rap now. I wish I could go back to the good old days, but it feels like I'll forever be trapped now. But it's okay, because we know the chefs are the best cooks, so the flow is like water when I cook it up. And I get more than 36 O's when I whip it up.
Let's go.
I'm OT with it. They could never take it to the places that I took it, bro. They want more. Fiends scrape the pot rim. I give them a hit and watch as they go in the shop with wide eyes and locked limbs. They tell me I did it big like Kane, but the others' hits have no power, so who could rock him? I guess I'm just an addict, addicted to music daily. It's a habit. I gotta move it and use it. Poetry, thank you.
Listening to the smooth sounds of some cool shit. And it's cold in here. Y'all hear this song? Hey, listen. It's a blessing to be alive. You're gonna die, so you might as well slide.
Hi, I'm Ellie B. Hi, Ellie B. And I'm an addict. Always disregarding directions intended to covertly teach me how life works. Instead, aiming to dig and discover information not found in school books. You see, the knowledge I seek is profound and of self because I am. Tired of being made to believe that my ability to attain is based on the number of letters behind my name, I'm over it. Tired of being another disillusioned dummy ignorant to the coveted truth, y'all losing it. Always taught to observe when we all should be deliberately thinking, desiring, and then creating. But instead we're constantly comparing, competing, and competing with self. No self-help book around to teach you who you are, so here I am, an addict. The torch to set all those misdirected intentions ablaze, creating a light bright enough to guide you out of darkness so that you too can gaze upon your creations and see that our ability to create is intrinsic. And now I find myself addicted to discarding my ego and discovering my soul. Practicing silence each day just to see how far my mind can go, no telling. These visions are like the blueprint, better yet the foundation. See, we've been fed some inaccuracies since the start. Then we got addicted to consuming more of what's been clogging our hearts. Time for a fresh start. And you're in need of it, and it's addicting. Soon you'll be a fiend for it. Actualizing deliberate, detailed images, creating tangibly. Soon you'll begin turning your dreams into reality. Next thing you know, you'll be doing it almost naturally. Realizing the infinite potentiality this world is like your clay, how you gonna play with it? It's yours to mold and shape. What will you make of it? Addiction.
Two with some joy, I got two with some joy, I got three with some joy. Don't have any more with some... Let the horns go.
A sword and shield was put in my hands. I tossed the shield. Now this blade I wield to cut the clan, dog, you know the deal. See, I'm the end to my enemy's plans. My childhood was kidnapped, put in a windowless van, spread down the street, but it only made it halfway. Then suddenly, that van crashed, smashed. The driver flew through the glass, then I hopped out the back, boy, out came a man. Now bad days are like relatives, type distant, they might visit, but they be like snow in the south, dog, they not sticking around. See, I trapped myself, I had to break out. I had to break out of my brain, and my heart was the safe house. I'm in the spiritual car now. I had one of my homies take the brakes out. Now the things I used to be afraid to think, I can say now. Like imagine what this world would be if we just hit the hate out and hit the KKK so hard that it knocked one of the K's out. See, I was trapped by the trap. I was trapped by the pack. I was trapped by that chick with that arch in her back, by all those things that ain't to distract, focus, detached. I was addicted to self-doubt. Sometimes I'm prone to relapse. So I need to hit myself with this backhand smack till I feel the knuckles, the fingernails, yeah, all of that, because I am king. Destined for greatness, I am thee. That man I want to be, I am he. I hoped and prayed that all of my fears would die in threes. Now me and greatness stick together like we Siamese.
Let's go.
You see, these words coming from the heart. That's the passion. Magic shit is coming off the top. That's a hat trick. I came from the bottom, but I'm a star and I ain't Patrick, so you could quit. Because when it come to my soul, you can't trap it.
Say words.
Yes.
That wasn't loud enough.
Come on, family. I know it's hot.
Look.
It is hot. Listen to me. I almost didn't do this. I said, look, I couldn't have been a slave back in the days. You hear me? I would have been, look, okay, goddamn it, look, just beat me. This don't make no difference. Look how, I tried to be sexy and everything.
Legs out,
I
legs
can't.
sweat. Look, legs sweat.
Look, you got the feet out.
Yeah, all this. Get up off me. Get up off me now. Don't you step on me today.
I ain't gonna bother you.
I ain't gonna talk about that little wet spot back there.
But you better leave me alone. You better leave me alone. You know she recording. Don't put me on camera like that.
He's standing next to the light.
Backing up like this. I'm coming across the stage like this every 5 minutes. You crazy? Yeah.
Hey, man. Oh, my God.
Thank you for coming. I know it's hot. It's hot. Look how she moving. She ain't even coming fast. She like, it's hot, girl. Why they didn't have this inside like they did the last one? Because it's lyrics by the lake.
We need to bring y'all by the water at least once.
Whew, we should have told y'all to bring some fans or something. Yeah.
She said, I tried.
She's still walking down here. Look, it's hot.
You bother my spirit.
I don't care who you pray to, you black or brown, you prayed on. I don't care who you lay with, they'll lay you out like futon. You feel me? I got my eye on the sparrow and everybody. Cause I know a nigga that got body by them niggas that he called bodies with. Look, your dog snitching on you, your baby mama tripping, child support late. Oh, you dealing with the system, your pop's a gangster, your grandma, she a Christian, cousins bloody crippin', family structures crippled, now all our houses divided. Trump easy, Joe Biden, huh? Democrats or Republicans, I don't really fuck with none of it. I want all of my people to put that energy in they self. Look, I'm registered to vote, but I'm more focused on my health, yeah. So what, you a vegan? Shit, I know vegan demons. I know some rappers preaching, I know some homeless teachers, I know some hateful educators and righteous gang bangers. We all we got, man, I'm just maintaining the love. Hey, it's love, it's love, it's love. We all we got, man, I'm just maintaining the love. Hey, it's love, it's love, it's love. We all we got, man, I'm just maintaining the love. You feel me? Cause nothing new under the sun, they say. The Most High lives through everyone. Hey, you see it's for every day on
Everybody knows.
No, I'm here.
I feel overlooked at times. I feel underbooked sometimes. So I book my own tour. You gotta do for self sometimes, and gamble on yourself is nice. I lay in bed awake at night thinking about all my dreams and all my plans and all my life and all my friends and family. The people that'll stand for me. The people that betrayed me. If you owe me, you gon' pay me. I think my heart is way too big sometimes. I know I'm way too cold sometimes. I feel love from my tribe sometimes. Then I feel alone at times. I wanna show you love sometimes, but I can feel the hate at times. And that shit had me tripping. I go too far when I start tripping. I guess that's baggage, I guess that's luggage. I need to let that go, like fuck it, huh? But I'm always on the move. You know I'm always up to something. Hey, I'm in a zone, I feel alive. And at the times that I feel dead inside, I call on my ancestors or just hit my grandma line. Remind me that it's gonna be fine. Sometimes I walk a thin line. I'm tightrope walker, just to show that I can balance mine. We living in a circus. All these clowns without a purpose. Couldn't juggle what I juggle. But life's a journey and not a struggle. It's all about perspective. You either know it or you guess it. You either living or you stressing. And that can lead to depression. You see, I had to channel my aggression. I had to be my own blessing. I saw my failures as them lessons, and then I started lesson planning because, baby, I'm a teacher. Knowledge reigns supreme over nearly every creature. And I'm a creative, let me cook up these masterpieces.
I told you, when you hold it in hurt more. See, I know. I'm dealing with pain for 15 years ago. On the set at 12. In the tribe at 29. These past few years, I got answers I needed all my life. In between time, I fell on my face, cuz. Scraped my knees while I was down, learned how to pray, cuz. So I stayed there, found my faith there. It was hard for me to choose. Homies call me Dusty Rhodes on the highway with the elbow move.
What are you
doing? But
what?
I'm a prophet though. Not just one, a mixture in between both.
Break it down.
P-R-O-F-I-T.
I'm a businessman.
P-R-O-P-H-E-T. And I'm the witness, fam. It depends on what you into if we can have a conversation. Gotta protect my spirit. Some of y'all moving Satan. I feel it when it yoke me, get real dark. I hit my knees and I pray that God controls my heart, my uncle, and my leg. Entwined, they had something special. Holding no grudges, but something I always remember. I found love beside anger, and it did me no good. Now my channel that aggression because I know that I should. Try.
Hey, Shay.
A black man walks into a bar and says, I ain't no joke. Like Dick Gregory. Even if he is a stand-up guy, he is considered more comedian than man. The audience is a tough crowd. Always watching and waiting to heckle, to roast a black man for barbecuing, for jogging in his own neighborhood or sitting in his living room watching a sitcom. And oh yeah, it is all a setup, pun intended. When the police at his door, that is considered a knock-knock joke. Stop resisting is their favorite catchphrase while they are breaking a black man's funny bones. Humorous. Body cams on to record his death, comedy, jam, but when shit ain't funny no more, it's in the same man in to sweep everything up under the rug like an inside joke or job or both. So is you ready to go night-night, nigga? Because unless you have Kevin's heart, black man must improv. Because he's always living in living color, and everything he does is considered sketchy. Everything he says is a punchline, or you want reparations? He's a funny motherfucker. You want liberation? Man, you got us cracking up. Equal rights, privilege, money? Okay. But only one of you at a time, because you know you people get a little power, you tend to act funny. So I'm gonna need you to dress the part and put on this dress, black man. Consider it new material because you are gonna be my $50 million negotiation. A little comic relief. And don't you dare think about going back to Africa and being a no-show like Chappelle, because while we are laughing all the way to the bank, we'll remind you that you ain't nothing but a circus act, a manic depressive clown in blackface separated from his family for food stamps. Even Robin Harris had baby kids, but you on a roll, black man. Ha ha. Just like your papa, a Rolling Stone, the kind of Chris Rocks that you can't throw in glass houses, but try to throw your weight around like Bruce, and we will throw that ass in jail, peel the Jordans right off of you, and throw away the key. So you must watch your every gesture, or you will end up a court jester with more priors on your record than Richard. And if you don't believe us, the proof is in Bill Cosby's pudding. You see, because we need more Martin Lawrences than Martin Luthers. So run tell that on a hot sunny day in a sauna suit, or we will claim you as crazy as a cat named Slickback, say you done flipped out like Wilson or Michael's black son. You see, because everybody's losing when the family is feuding, except for Steve Harvey, because he knows how to just be an entertainer like Cedric. Even the so-called kings of comedy be on the DL scared of these motherfuckers without Bernie. So before you tell us to kiss your black ass like Paul Mooney, you better be as sly as a red fox. Because Eddie Murphy's Law clearly states that you have to laugh your ass off to keep from crying. Or the joke just might be on you, black man. Ha ha.
Silence. This battle is not yours. And your spirit is a lot more solid than you give it credit for. I am the Lord, the Mecca of metaphor. Meta Knight with a mega sword. Megatron plus Mega Man with mega millions. This message is for the messenger. Open your mouth and speak what I gave. I cancel your doubt. Of whom shall you be afraid? That's not my spirit. Adjust how you pray and watch how you talk to me. This isn't a game. Every single movement in your symphony was intentionally made. Every orchestra I orchestrate bears fruit like orchards in my name. Let the scent of orchids seep through every orifice in your face to remind you like organs to be organic in your praise. Death for you is impossible to evade. But I conquered that, hell and the grave. The oil drips too hard. You better stay close. See, we walk on water. We don't drown in waves. I called you to be separate from what you expected support from, because I needed my space. You're not the only light I put in this black pen. Now put my book in your face. I'm increasing your faith. You're not waiting on me. It is on you that I wait. For you to prepare yourself for what I prepared for you even before your conception date. Come out and obey. No mountain too great. You're destined for great, but you don't get a shred of cheese if you don't press and grate. I have ordered the very steps you take. I just need your flesh to break. See, I know you better than you know you, and you know you've been kept by grace. My mercy, everlasting faithfully. But that doesn't make you an exception to chastening. See, you will never labor in vain, but you're not laboring. You're basically baselessly basing your blessings on personal pacing, but I'm God, the author of time. TikToks on a wristwatch can't pick lock what's mine. Not even space had room to receive my design. I spoke galaxies into existence without a witness in the blink of an eye. I am the matter of fact and the heart of the matter. What's the matter with material is the fact that it never mattered. They spit on me, beat on me, and my bones were shattered. As I wept in pain, they wove with laughter, only to bow down and worship 3 days after. So you be the MC and let me be the master. For I have called you to be way more than just a rapper. Then I fell into repentance in an instant, like an infant being birthed into the privilege of forgiveness. He said, little Miss Tiffany, give me your pennies, please. Give me your energy. Let me see how many rhymes you can riddle me. Every line I see vividly. I got live action imagery. Matter, space, and time can't survive my supremacy. You're gonna have to ride, let me drive. That's the remedy.
Y'all still with us? Say word. Word. This time, turn it up a little bit. Good job. I'm gonna keep it light. Every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Everybody winning, little kids like eating dinner, but the plates go. The plates go. Another murder documented, but the case closed because the officers too worried about his caseload. The court appointed can't control which way the case goes because it's caseload. Now you're sitting in a prison because your case code. What kind of messages you sending? Will you break molds, make goals? It's a different shine on this fake goal. Haven't spent the time, but you're trying to relate goals. Relationships failing. Success rates low. Sending love nowadays, because too many let the hate show. A lot of mamas for the late show. A lot of acquaintances playing the Drake's phone. Only a fool can't tell when it's fake gold. When the light hit the glitter, see the fake glow. When your life split the image, that's the cake show. When a wizard teaching magic, do you take notes? Because your people hung from them. Do you hate ropes? As a culture, we're more than just J's and clothes or 40s with extended 30s and Dracos. The buying power of our culture has to say so. I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Everybody winning who been down since the beginning. I had to learn not to chase foes. Life get the glitching like the game froze. Blow the dice like Nintendo before a game closed. Barely eating dinner, but y'all still see a winner. Tell me, what does your face show? You better cherish the ones that make your face glow. Because some worry about funds, they want to make more. Some worry about the sun, you know, praise the Lord. Me, I worry about our sons. I got to make sure we raise these boys. And if you listen to the one who raised your Lord, then the raise will be the way to erase any trace of this human race that disgrace love. They don't even love themselves. How could they possibly love Earth? They still wasting their own time. They're going to tell me about work. You don't know what I've been through. You're going to tell me about my hurt. Always claiming to be bored. How many of you ladies truly know how to surf? I'm going to just sip my lemonade. It's beyond standard. Sometimes it's best just to let the queens be. I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Some more focused on looking important than being it. There's nothing more satisfying than setting a goal and achieving it, or finding a route to your stress and relieving it, noticing your ability to manifest and believing it, revealing the angel and heathen when you tell them to look in the mirror after convincing them that you truly believe in it. It's amazing how I can reach them when it's believed that can't nobody reach them. When you meet someone on their level, you can learn as you're teaching them, never greater than, always equal to. Compared to your accomplishments, what is your community work equal to? I mean, every piece of glitter got a glimmer, but I ain't sold. I ain't sold. Every piece of silver got a shimmer, but it ain't gold. It ain't gold. Poetry. Thank you.
Are you aligned or in line? Are you waiting for your turn, or are you creating it? When you learn, do you seek it out or do you wait to be taught? Can the information come from within, or does it need to be brought, but yet does it need to be bought? I mean, are those lessons only supreme when they're coming with a degree? You forget we're already equipped with all that we need, not just to breathe, but to succeed. But first, you have to be willing to believe. Now, take a moment and ask yourself, are you aligned or in line? Are you working on alignment or getting in line? Are you the creator of your life or living a life the world designed? Is your reflection of self, or is it user defined? When envisioning yourself, just whose image is in mind, again I ask, are you aligned or in line? Are you creating a following or just following creators?
That's a bar.
Are you creating a following or just following creators? Are you maximizing your time or spending it scrolling your timeline? Are you wasting that which could be used to redesign and refine? Again I ask, are you aligned or in line? Now, I don't know about you, but I sometimes find it easy to find myself in line and out of alignment with my guides. My higher desires denied by my ego, which from this vantage point ain't hard to find. But my own business is sometimes hard to mind. Caught up in comparisons with people who aren't even in my life, with women who don't call themselves a wife or a mother, as if I'm not a bad mother. Shut your mouth, lost in self-doubt until spirit creeps in and reminds me to ask myself, am I in line? Now, part of getting in alignment means taking the time to mentally explore and ask yourself questions like, are you breaking generational curses or creating more? Are you unpacking your trauma or still trying to sweep it out the back door? Have you really dealt with this, or have you fully admitted that? Are you keeping it real with yourself, or are you sustaining a facade? Is it really just all cap? Are you working towards a bag and just getting bagged, trying to get a bag? That's for a lot of these women out here. Are you working towards a bag, or are you just getting bagged while trying to get a bag? Are you hoping for the best, or did good enough trick you into settling for less? Are you always being triggered, or are you the one always pulling the trigger? Literally and figuratively, you've got to realize that that strap will be a trap, holding you back further until you take the time to really heal, instead of blaming life for the cards it seemed to deal. Now, it won't be easy and it may take some time, but first things first, you got to be willing to ask yourself, are you in line or aligned? Thank you.
You gotta have your stuff together.
Are you aligned or in line?
I'ma just say I'm like. Give me a round of applause one more time.
One more time for LED, please.
Are you getting bags or getting the bag? I was like, whoa.
Hey, she said, I'm gonna ask y'all some questions.
They was like, well, come on. She was like, is you getting the bag? I was like, oh.
I'm like, wait, they weren't ready for that.
She's telling the truth right
Hey, midway through, my boy put his shades on like, I've been aligned. Hey, look. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Because we got another headliner coming up after this next poetry performance.
Yeah,
if y'all still with us, say word. Oh, look, I even got this side coming with us too.
Come on.
This whole side.
What?
They did it. Your side ain't say nothing.
It's my mother.
It's all the quiet people over there.
Let me say this. I don't know how your relationship gonna be after this show is over, right? But if you need a son, if you need a replacement son,
if you need a son, your hair ain't long enough. My mama got locks too.
I am authentic. Mom, he got on a gangster hat. He a gangster. You see, I got a button-up shirt on. I got PVP loans and all that stuff. Something wrong with that one.
Any music fans in the house? Any music fans in the house? Now, do we love Stevie Wonder? I love Stevie Wonder. We love Stevie Wonder in the house. Yeah, man, I love Stevie, man. Stevie, one of my favorite songs by Stevie is Superstition, man. Boy, I love that song. That thing, it sounds good, you know. Oh, that thing sounds good. And what do you say? There is superstitious writings on the wall. But I had to turn the song off one time. I said, well, now wait a minute. I said, if it's superstitious writings on the wall, how did Stevie know? Because Stevie been blind since I known him. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't no way Stevie sees superstitious writers, but he can't see his dreads leaving. Ain't no way now. Ain't no way. That's all I'm saying. Think about it. Ain't no way he see that. He can't. You seen Stevie? Last time you seen Stevie, you don't even know he got dreads till he like turned his head. You like, Lord, who was in Stevie's circle, Lord? Somebody just snipped the dreads for him, Lord. I'm telling you, man. We having a good time in here, man. I'm having a good time with y'all, man.
And now the great Mandini will attempt the most death-defying magic trick known to man, with the help of my beautiful assistant, of course, Sister Supernatural. And even though I wear the cape, she is the real superhero. The secret to how the magic happens, because without her, it would all just be smoke and mirrors. Feast your eyes as I misdirect your attention onto me while she does all the work and I take all the credit. Put her in her place like Trump. Saw her in half like the money she's paid. Tell her to open sesame, or you know what, for any type of illusion that I can conjure up. Which is why I keep a pocket full of handkerchiefs to dry her eye like trick up sleeve. They say it ain't tricky if you have it. And we don't. They do. Pick a card, any card, and you will see that queens only stand next to kings regardless of how the deck is stacked. Jokers are only wild. Trump. Crazy. When the rules get changed, Jack. Because without her, it's all just a gimmick, a con game like 3 called Molly, because black girls have all the magic. And by black girls, I'm referring to black women whose black don't crack like a melanated spell of immortality has been cast all over their bodies like abracadabra. Imagine a world with no magic, feminine black. We all would be a disappearing act. Act up if you want, because black girls, black. While they speak magical words like Lovecraft, because words have power, and so do those hands. Black girls created soul food from scraps, as easy as pulling rabbit out of hat griddle without that fat bag should be stirred up with collard greens with that magic wand. Hocus pocus. Yeah. Black girls be pulling earrings off during an argument. As easy as pulling a coin from behind the ear because she is about to make some motherfucking change. Spider-Man. I see my grandmother make something out of nothing. Yeah. My mother made me do some shit like telekinesis without saying one word. My sister levitating up out of a bad relationship. The mother of my children opened up a space-time continuum to another dimension to birth out two angels who happened to carry Houdini for going to jail more than twice. So David Blaine, David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, and all the motherfucking white tigers and babies ain't got shit on the beautiful blackness that is woman. So if y'all asking me about witchcraft or hoodoo, or if I believe that black girls are actually made out of magic, poof, pow, we gone. Because when it comes to my supernatural sisters, I don't answer no motherfucking trick questions. Ta-da!
When you go to an event, you usually go for the main attraction. And whenever you saw a main man show, he left you with a feeling of satisfaction. An intense move and a purpose, an artistic call to action. Impactful with his acts too, but on that stage, he'd act a damn fool. Made sure that everyone knew the main rule. When you pick up that mic, you better hurt something. Meaning give it everything you've got leave the audience with a piece of you. Because that's exactly what he was gonna do. His belief that he was capable of all things was true. And after being in his presence, you'd feel like you were too. Man, y'all don't even know about all the creative things that man could do. The original black Renaissance man. If you asked if he could, he'd more than likely say, I can. I even held a miniature hymn that he made with his own hands, a bobblehead, symbolizing how he'd have you bobbing your head when he'd freestyle, blurring the line between poetry and hip hop with every bar that he said. A mind like an elephant, reciting newly written pieces like they were pre-recorded and playing back in his head. I don't know that I've ever even seen a main man performance where he read, and that's no shot to anyone, just noting how he kept his mind loaded and every bar was full of lead. And he'd take every shot that he had to show you that he was bad. I mean bad meaning bad, not bad meaning he was always spitting some bars to uplift his hood, because really, main man was just that damn good. Good to those around him, good to everyone he knew. The embodiment of love in motion. Maine was good in any hood. Trap or schoolhouses, churches or nightclubs. Didn't matter when or where you saw him, he'd be giving out big ass hugs. Giving you a hit of love. He called it slinging therapy. And his talk definitely wasn't cheap. But it would touch a part of you, leave you with something that you could hold and keep. Doper than dope. Maine would have you out here hooked on hope. Which is why many of us are finding it so hard to cope. We needed another hit. But his soul was ready for another trip. Can't keep a black man down, and main man stayed up. He was completely full of life and poured generously from his cup. So, word to my society, we're gonna continue to make sure that his legacy is up and it's stuck. It's forever the main attraction, and for main man, we're gonna always be about that action. Bars.
Listen, the level of depression that I'm dealing with, feeling like I need to pop a pill. I wonder if somebody else is feeling this. Hey, 2020 really need to chill. Wow, hard to explain the headspace I'm in right now. Carrying debt, stressed out, furloughed and fired, we can't leave the house. Please, Lord, remove this cloud. Even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pile, black girl smile, do it with grace and style, cause black don't crack your less sister. Oh yeah, even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pile, say, do it with grace and style. Y'all go get it. Listen, you got the kids at the crib all day. day. You're teaching, working, barely getting paid. Keeping vittles on the dinner plate. He won't give me more than I can take. Feeling like my mental about to break. I just felt the whole city shake. If real recognize will, then why did 2020 feel so black girl smile? Even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pound, say a black girl smile. Do it with grace and style, cause black don't crack unless it's a black girl smile. Even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pound, come on, black girl smile. Do it with grace and style. Black don't crack unless it's a problem. Trust me, I know in times like this, it's kinda hard to see God in the midst. I promise he will get the glory out of this, cause every good story got a fire plot twist. Now cover your face, raise your fist. The devil ain't never seen praise like this. Your smile is one of God's greatest gifts. See, that genuine love can conquer hate so quick. Even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pound, come on, black girl smile. Do it with grace and style, cause black don't crack unless it's a yeah. Even though you're going through trials, even though your problems in the pound, still black girl smile. Do it with grace and style, cause black don't crack unless it's a problem.